And so our guys got the trailer backed in, and our crew is ready to try and make their approach to load it, but man, they've got this trailer dropped super deep. It actually even has side guide bunks on it, but he dropped it so deep you can't even see him. So here we go. Oh, and he winds up smacking the trailer right up at the bow on the bow post. Again, it was just so deep, he smacked it good as he came in. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here at Point Marina. Oh, after a few minutes, he's trying to get it on the trailer, but he's having an issue where it's not lining up right with the bow stop up front. It's because they're too deep. So Wifey's getting in the truck, I'm assuming to pull forward. And she rolls backwards a little bit. There we go. Spins some tires. And really didn't go anywhere right there because she slid backwards, then spun tires. So he's not any shallower than he was at the beginning of this, but she puts it in park anyway. But you can just look at how much it's floating. As I mentioned, this trailer had side guide bunks. So when you slide in between those side guide bunks, it would hold the boat on the trailer. But he's so deep that the boat's floating over him. And that's their struggle here. So here you can see the side guide bunks. After several attempts, they did finally pull this trailer out a little bit to get it a little shallower. But there we go. They will get it loaded and be able to get on out of here. And speaking of loading and getting out of here, our crew's been at this for a few... Oh no, I can tell already he's got it too tight against the bow stop up front. It's lifting the actual stern of the boat off the trailer. Because of the way it's sitting, it's not even sitting on the trailer. The stern is up in the air. So you can see there's a guy pulling on it at the front, trying to get it to level back out. But he's gonna have to redrop this. So, one thing I would do is not be sitting where this guy's sitting with the guy pushing on the stern. If this does drop down, it was dropping down on his head with the engine. Oh man, you've got to pay attention when you're doing stuff around the dock, guys. And now there's a little debate about what's going on. But I can tell you what's going on. You got to back it back down into the water, guys. Release the tension on that bow strap. Let this thing sit down on the trailer. Now, they're definitely not the only ones struggling down here because the boat that's next to him, we see him back down again. This is like the third time they've backed this back into the water as well. So, our crew is going to try and back this down one more time. And see if they can get this actually on the trailer correctly. So he's telling our guy to keep coming back, but he's going forward instead. I guess he doesn't like the angle that he came down on approach on. So the crew with the fountain right here as well, looks like they're trying to get it a little bit further up onto the trailer. And the second attempt for this crew to try and get this one back on the trailer correctly as well. I think this one should be easy. They just release the tension and then go ahead and strap it back up. And you should be good. So after a few minutes of playing around, it looks like they've got it where they want it. Let's see if she comes out right this time. And our guy says, go on ahead, and it looks like they've got it. This time they're good to go. And our next crew coming in on approach, Cap is eyeballing the dock. Taking a very slow and easy approach, but that may hinder them today if the wind and current tries to grab them a little bit. Unless he's just undecided on exactly where he wants to be. So he's gonna back out, doesn't like his first approach. And this crew is going to have to line it up and try one more time. So back into forward gear, coming back in toward the dock. I feel like he's really far off the dock though. Like I don't feel like he's got a good approach angle as they're coming in. And he's kind of just been sitting here, not really. I think he's struggling to find the way to get the boat over into the direction he wants it to go. So we're gonna back up one more time. And there we go, forward gear this time with a little more intent it looks like. And finally actually turning in toward the dock. So is he leaving the helm? Cap's just gonna leave the helm and try and go over here and go for a reach. Doesn't trust his crew to pull it off. And helm is free. And Cap grabs the pole as the stern tries to kick out on him. Oh man. I don't know why he felt the need like he had to leave. I guess the crew just wasn't doing exactly what he wanted them to do to try and get him over to the dock, but... And now he's struggling with a line on the stern, leaning over the side of the boat. Please don't fall in. And there we go. He gets it, and he will pull the stern over, and they will get this one onto the dock. And our crew is coming in on approach. And I like this strategy. So she is up in the bow, but she's got a line in hand. She's holding on to the bow rail, has her feet in a steady position, and commits right here. She just commits, goes. That's where we see people do things wrong, is they don't commit. You kind of get hesitant, and once you start moving that way, you got to commit. And this is one of those times that was a good one up in the bow. She had control. If Cap were to hit the throttle, she had good balance and a hand on something. And if you're ever doing this, that's how you do it. Just a heads up, guys. And our next crew taking the opposite approach, coming in a little hot. People standing there not really holding on to anything. Loose lines, and it feels like everybody's scrambling. I guess we made a last-second change. I think we were going for a starboard side shot, and it looks like they're going to go port instead. As they toss the line for the distance. As they're way off the dock here. Gotta watch out. That stern's coming close to the dock. As they try and get this one pulled up and over. But they're stuck here sideways. They're gonna have to get it walked up, or Cap's gonna have to try and find a way to get this stern back around. And there we go. So he kicks it over, and the boat will start to swing. And they just got to get his stern line off, and they should be good to go and able to get it out of there from there. And speaking of getting out of there, we're going to go ahead and get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.